Good afternoon. This is Jenny Gee coming to you on this rainy Friday, but it is a very, very special day here in Northeast Ohio, and it is Buzzard Day. So if you hear this now and you want to, I don't even know how long it's going on, but Sunday is the big Buzzard Sunday. But today is officially Buzzard Day, March 15th. So it is the day that they celebrate, that folks go out to Hinckley and they look up in the sky and they say, here's our first buzzard. And it dates back to the, they credit the some folklore, I think, is crediting the buzzards coming around to the great Hinckley hunt. But buzzards are just turkey vultures. They are in this area. They've been in this area. And if you look up in the sky, especially around church, you will see them now year round. So we still celebrate March 15th, but they are, we get the joy of seeing them all 12 months of the year, it seems. And our church sits with the cross being pretty tall, pretty high, and they roost up there, and they roost at the top of the chimneys that come up from the boiler room and get that warmth. So in the wintertime, so you can just see them all the time. But these are fascinating creatures, which it's good to know a little bit about. And maybe as you drive through the center of Brecksville and around that area and look up, you will be seeing them. Maybe you see them right in your backyard flying around. The best way to tell a turkey vulture from another large bird from a great distance is that when they fly with their wings in like a V. So the hawks and such will have their wings going straight across, but the turkey vultures have that V shape to their wings. You look up and you see a bird flying with that V shape, big bird, that gliding, that is a turkey vulture. And they're, like I said, they're just super fascinating. They're scavengers, which means they eat dead things. Which I'm going to talk about that as I think what makes it just so remarkable, makes our creation and the cycle and the circle of life just so amazing to me. But as scavengers, they have really, 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 really powerful beaks that can rip things apart. Their feet are not good for that. If you have raptors like hawks and eagles and such, they've got really sharp, powerful talons, and turkey vultures do not. Their feet are about as powerful as chicken feet, they say. So not too much strength in them, but all they need to do is hold it still, and they use their beak to rip and pull at their food, which, like I said, is already dead. They don't kill their food. They hunt and search for things that have been hit by a car or died. They have, in another way, birds in general don't have a good sense of smell. Think great horned owl eating a skunk, right? They don't have good senses of smell, but turkey vultures, buzzards, they do. They have a real large olfactory bulb in their brain, larger than any other of the birds, and they can smell very well. They say that they can smell food that's died from hundreds of feet above it, and that they come on down when something has died. Now, they're not going to eat something that's been laying there for a week. Usually they'll eat it within the first 12 hours of it being, we'll say like hit by a car or whatever, and then they're going to come down and they're going to feast upon that, or maybe killed by another animal and partially eaten and the rest left, and then they'll come down and eat that. But they'll be able to smell it from far away, very far away. And that's really kind of a cool thing for birds. So if you watch their behavior, they have some interesting things. In the summertime, on top of, and again, I just keep kind of going back to the church building, but wherever you are, if you have turkey vultures in the area, you'll see them doing these things. They'll spread their wings out, and they'll kind of cool by having their wings really spread out. They say that they can have up to like a 6-foot wingspan. They're really large birds. They do a couple things that, you might think are a little gross. One is if they get scared and they want to keep a predator away from them, they'll vomit. And the other thing that they do is also in the summertime to cool down, they will defecate down their legs, and that's their way of cooling. So it's, But here's what I find to be so fascinating, and kind of how we think about animals, kind of finding their niche in the grand scheme of living creatures. And that is that it would be hard to imagine eating dead animal, like a roadkill that's been laying there for 12 hours, right? But the stomach acid of a buzzard, a turkey vulture, is so low. It's so acidic on the pH scale. It's so acidic, just over 0. And like lemon juice is what, like 4 or something like that, or vinegar is 4. So it's very acidic. So acidic that it can dissolve botulism, polio, hepatitis, cholera, rabies, and anthrax. If any of these animals are diseased and a turkey vulture dines upon it, it's going to be able to destroy that bacteria with its stomach acids. And think of how much healthier our forests are, our woodland edges, our neighborhoods even are, without having dead animals that have some kind of disease that maybe some other animal might come up to or whatever, and not have the ability to destroy that disease. They keep things really clean. If you've ever seen one kind of up close, they don't have feathers on their head. Vultures never do. And that's to keep themselves from getting, icky meat stuck in their feather. If they had a feathered head, it's getting stuck on their feathers. So they can really dig in there and eat up their food, and they can keep their head nice and clean without having anything get stuck in it. So they're amazing, cool creatures. There was a time when they would kind of disappear, it seemed, in the winter, and we wouldn't see them. But they are here year round now, and that's been for about the past, well, I've noticed it probably for about the past 10 years or so, and maybe it's gone on much longer than that, but that's when it's been really noticeable to me to see large numbers of them in, November, December, January. For the ones that do migrate, they say they can migrate like 200 miles a day. They're really, for something so large, right? They're really fascinating. So we do get to see them, and today is the day. The official day when we look up in the sky and say, they're back. And then Sunday is the big celebration in Hinckley. So it's kind of neat living in this area and being able to celebrate the turkey vultures. If you don't have any plans this weekend, maybe head out to Hinckley and check it all out. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy this day. It's gray and it's rainy, but it's really pleasant out. So get out and enjoy the day. I hope to see you on Sunday. Bye.